Welcome to Inside Plug, the podcast where independent creators and entrepreneurs connect and inspire. I'm your host, Devon Jones. Today on our show, we have voice actor Jon King. John, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So we have a good amount of voice actors this season. We had one, I believe, our last season, and it's slowly starting to ramp up, and I appreciate that because voice acting is a pretty big deal. People watch cartoons, they watch animations all the time, and a lot of them really don't know the stories of, these voices behind the characters. So we have a voice actor here, and we're gonna discuss some of your projects that you've been working on, and but first, let's start from the beginning, John. When did you decide that voiceover acting was something that you wanted to pursue?
Mm. As far as like professionally, just recently, actually, but you know how it is. Probably like most creatives, being that kid, watching your TV shows, watching the people coming up, like probably the same cartoon, Dragon Ball Z and Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So I definitely thought about it for a while. You know, I did some public speaking. I was a couple of Toastmasters, but nothing could really like I could really put into it, and also build with it. So, I did some of the free courses and I'll say about last year when I started really like, man, I might be able to do this. I saw other people that I knew, like I saw their journey, like they started where I was, like, so I was like, man, let me try this, you know.
Awesome, I love that. Let's touch upon that. You mentioned, Nickelodeon. So just out of curiosity, let's bring the audience in involved a little bit more. What are some of your cartoons, animations that you like that kind of like, you was watching a lot growing up?
Oh man, everything. Like I remember like one Saturday morning, all those cartoons, Recess, all that. I remember Nicktoons, Hey Arnold, Cat Dog, Angry Beavers, like Cartoon Network, Toonami, Dragon Ball Z, everything, even the old school, like the stuff probably our parents used to watch, like the old school Bugs Bunny and all that. Like, man, I watched some of everything. But Hey Arnold, I remember they used to do like BTS, and I'm just a fan of BTS for some reason. And like in the '90s, a lot of time they also did like bloopers and stuff like that, and they would like zoom out and show the whole set. And just that BTS made it real. Like, dang, it's people that really do this for a living. And I remember when Hey Arnold came out, they did like an exclusive, and they showed the voice actors, and they were just kids. I was like, dang, how they do that? Like, you get that job. So that was probably when I first was like, man, you can actually do this. But definitely those. I'm trying to think of some more. I said one Saturday morning, Toonami, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, that's probably those are the ones that come to mind at the moment, like the ones
All
that
right.
stand out.
All right, awesome. I love it. I love it. All right, so let's talk about this venue that you visited, Electric Owl Studios. How was that experience?
That was great, man. Like I had never gone to that studio. I wanted to go to that studio for a while, and it was actually a free event, and it was just open to the public. You just had to sign up. I was definitely glad to go. It had food and everything. I was like, oh man, you know. And what was special about that one? That studio's on Redan Road, so that's like where my church is. That's where I grew up. Like I grew up in Lithonia in DeKalb, Georgia. So it's crazy. Like it's literally right across from the train station when I was in school. When I went to Georgia Perimeter, well, actually DeKalb Tech. That's the train station I used to go to. So I'm like, they opened up a film studio right there. So it was crazy. Like it was like a full circle moment, I guess. Like we parked at the train station and then the shuttle came and got us. And I was literally looking at the train station and then looking at this shuttle coming to get us. I'm like, dang, it felt good, man. And it was an event. I want to say it was just film networking. Like there were a lot of course, the head of the studios was there. There was Lorraine Cochran Johnson, who is a politician in DeKalb County. and you know, black woman, sister, she doing different things in the film industry. And I got to network with other people, other filmmakers and producers, and it was definitely a fun time, man. Just it was just a panel, good food, good conversation. So it was definitely great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So now let's jump into one of your projects that we have here. This project is called Little Zombies. So how did you get a part of that project and how was the experience on it?
That one I was on that was like one of the first ones I got. It was on a platform called Casting Call Club. So if anybody want to jump into character voice acting, I recommend Casting Call Club. It's free. They got a lot of indie projects, people that's probably just like us that's, want to do their thing. And I was applying to a lot of them. Like once I started seeing, I was like, oh man, I could do this. And I don't even remember. It was a while, like from when I applied, from when I auditioned and when I got called back. And so I just auditioned, gave it my all like I did, just put my all into it. And they called me back. I was like, oh man. And I just read for it. It was relatively short. And, it was kind of a dual thing to a certain extent. I thought it was going to be like, dun, 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 but it was pretty straightforward. But that was cool too. I was like, okay, so I can get used to it. And the people were definitely cool. They paid on time. It came out, and I don't know if I even seen the whole thing, man, to be honest with you, but I was definitely glad to even be a part of that, to something that actually got released and kind of etched in stone, in time. Like you can go back and watch this.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So I know you said it's been recent, but depending on your stages in your career, some actors have obstacles that have to overcome. Have you experienced any obstacles yet that you had to overcome for a part or just, getting an audition?
It's kind of just the everyday stuff, and it's really like the motivation sometimes, especially when you trying to also make money, and trying to transition to the full time. And just sometimes when stuff gets slow, like slow periods, and just feeling like, dang, man, like when is something gonna happen? But the obstacles, it's kind of like I heard somebody say they had like a chart where you start off and you don't know what you don't know. So you kind of come in like, yeah, you kind of gassed up. And then you get a little traction, then you kind of plateau and it's like, oh, you hit that low point and then you just keep working your way up. And so I feel like I'm at that working my way up point, but it's pretty much the same struggles as any creative, man, just trying to continually do the work and also believe in yourself and make money at the same time. So trying to think any of them. Honestly, I mean, it's not been all the way just up, up, up. But I do feel blessed just even to do anything, man, that somebody chose my voice, like somebody chose me that just be a part of different projects and, just feeling like also seeing other people's journey is inspiring too, and just knowing, okay, it's gonna get greater if I keep at it.
I love that. Love that. So I also see that you had recently got yourself some business cards to, give out to the people. For the people who don't have those business cards and don't know where to find you, how can they reach out to you? How can they get a hold of you?
Right. My website is jonkingvo.com. Um, on all platforms, Jon King VO. I'm I kind of took a little social media break recently, but I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. My other Instagram page, you can see my shirt. I just happened to throw this on, but it's King Acts Up with like comedy and stuff like that I did. But that's where they can reach me. And yeah, I was told like one of the coaches that I follow, YouTube, a guy named Mike Hathcote and Voiceover Blueprint. They just do YouTube lives. It's free. Like I said, using them free resources, YouTube Scholar. And he was like, get business cards. And you think like digital, in this age, but he said it's good to have business cards as well. And it's funny that you mentioned like at that place, that's why I also realized to get business cards because I had like it's called the Blink app, and it's just like a barcode you can scan and all your info comes up. But I noticed people did have physical business cards too. So at that point, I was like, yeah, I need to get some, and just went on what is it, Vistaprint. Went on Vistaprint, got the deal, 50 of them. And also, it's crazy. I was going through some old stuff, and I found like three or four old business cards of like businesses I was trying to start, and and it was just kind of crazy. I was like, man, I can see how little stuff I learned I ain't even gonna call it failures, but you learn how not to do stuff, or you learn what works, what don't work. So yeah, man. But on platforms on YouTube, I don't have a whole lot of YouTube videos on my VO page, but King Acts Up on YouTube, you can see some of my older videos, my skits and stuff. So yes, sir. If you send me a
Awesome.
message, I'll message you. Follow me, I'll follow back.
All right, awesome. And everyone that's listening, we'll get those links in the description so everyone can follow him and check out his work. All right, John, so currently right now, any projects in the works?
Yeah, I'm doing an audio book, the same one. You probably can see it on my page. And finishing it up, hitting the home stretch right now. And I recently got into doing some YouTube videos. It's another guy that I coach with. They're what's it called, man? Boy, so I can't remember the name, but a guy named Hudson, and he was saying he was doing some YouTube work. So the good thing about that is it's repeat business. So, that'll keep a little something flowing. So right now I'm doing that. Got the voiceover, the book, and that's pretty much it right now, man. It's not nothing too much, but just still auditioning.
Awesome. Is it possible you can share a little bit about that audiobook? Kind of like give us like a little teaser?
Yeah, one of them I enjoy doing. One of them that I submitted, it hasn't, I'm still waiting to hear back from the rights holder. It's called Madtown, and I think that's a cool book. Madtown Betrayed by the Code. I think it's a cool book, and it's kind of about a young brother who kind of didn't have guidance and went the wrong way, went in the streets and ended up, incarcerated, but then actually turned his life around. And it's based off of real events too from the author's life. And it's a cool brother that wrote it. I can't wait for that one to come out. That actually like reading that actually like I was like, man, that's cool. Like, just something inspirational. And the one that's in the works now, it's about a brother from the UK, and he overcame a lot of stuff and became an entrepreneur. And he had ADHD, and he talks about overcoming that and kind of making it your superpower. And literally reading that book, I'm learning from that too. Like some of the stuff he's saying is inspiring to me, like making it your superpower. Like just because you don't fit the typical, the typical, what is it? Just because you ain't typical, basically you don't fit the regular program, like find your own way, build systems, and learn how to use it as a superpower, use it in your favor. So I can't wait for that one to come out either.
Awesome. I love that. Same here. Looking forward to it. All right, John. So we're at that point of the episode where I ask this question to all the guests. What is a book, a TV show, or a film that you recommend to an aspiring voice actor?
Voice actor books. I read a book, the one the same guy, Mike Hathcote. It's called man, I can't remember nothing today. But Mike Hathcote, he has a book, and that's pretty good. Another guy, Bill DeWeese, has a book, and it's basically how to get started in voiceover. Um, what's another one? Let me see. A TV show, but a YouTube channel is the Voiceover Blueprint, and also a page you can follow. There's a place, Atlanta Voiceover Studio. There's a couple that owns it. They're cool too, so they can check that out. Different podcasts, all of those. I think the Bill DeWeese one is Get Found, Get Heard. I forget the name of it, but also just something else I could throw in like Dan. I want to say Dan Harmon. It's a guy, Dan Harmon. He has a good book about audio. He has one book about audio and another book about voiceover. And I just ordered his cards. So it's like flashcards to help you with auditioning. It's called Sound for VO. And I'm gonna just throw that in just because I just ordered them. And so basically it's like different moods and different scenarios. It's one where you're talking to one type of person, different environment. So it can just help you switch up your auditions, because a lot of time when you're by yourself, that's the difference between this and other creative stuff. Like film, you're amongst different people. You can, get directed as an actor. You can get directed by the director. You can feed off other actors. This sometimes you by yourself. So this just kind of helps you to switch it up. And I thought this was cool. I haven't used them that much, but yeah, I got them a few days ago. But I feel like this is a good thing. It's called Zen and the Art of Voiceover. So he has a book to go with it, and this is the cards to go with it. So I thought that was cool. I just had them right here. So
Awesome. I love that. Thanks for sharing that.
yep,
All
yep.
right. All right. Yeah, everyone. That was our episode today. And yeah, this was an experience. John, thanks for sharing your voice actor experience. And we look forward to your audiobooks when they come out.
Yes,
All right.
sir. I appreciate it, man. And I just want to say, like, salute you too, man. Like your resume and your service, like all of that, just being an indie filmmaker, much respect. Your podcast, man. I really appreciate what you're doing. Like you're doing something great, man. Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you. It's the stories that build the platform.
Yes, sir.
All right, everyone. If you love today's episode, don't forget to check out some of our previous episodes on YouTube, Inside Plug with two G's. Remember, we're here every Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, check us out on our website, www.insightplug2gs.com. That's been our episode today. John, thank you again. And remember, creators and entrepreneurs, stay inspired and keep creating. Insight Plug, signing out.